Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio. Time for our weekly chat with Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation, about all things going on at the Boathouse District and RIVERSPORT Adventures. Alongside this gentleman right here, Olympic champion Bart Connor. Gentlemen, welcome into the studio. Great to see you both. Appreciate your time. Winter Olympics are underway. Bart has his event this weekend, the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience at the Cox Convention Center, all weekend long. Multiple ways we can tie in this conversation with the Olympic training site, Olympic champions. Are you guys watching the Winter Olympics?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Love those snowboarders, those guys.
What are you attracted to? I mean, you were a Summer Olympics guy, but what are you attracted to?
I love the acrobatics of the snowboarders, you know, and I can't quite get my head around the idea when they do these cork flips and twists, and I love the names of all the skills though, because you know, we in gymnastics, we have a Sukahara and a Ginger and a Takachev, and they're doing like a triple 1440 McTwist or something. I mean, it's so cool, but it's so refreshing too. I'm enjoying it, yeah.
You guys know all about the terminology and the things that go into this. The lay person such as myself for 4 years doesn't pay much attention to the luge, but then suddenly for 2 nights, I know exactly what the terminology is. Oh, well, he hit the edge there. That's going to cost him some points. It's kind of interesting and fun to tune into some of these a little more obscure sports.
It is fun, and you know, we kind of live in, you know, with what we do at the river. I mean, some of our sports are the kind of sports the general public on TV sees it every 4 years, and so, you know, we can certainly identify with that. And you know, I find, you know, Bart's talking about snowboarding, and you know, somehow I get fascinated with cross-country skiing, Nordics, because we've always, you know, it may not be the most exciting thing in the world, but we've always talked about how there's a lot of parallels to the training in terms of the endurance aspects. And one of our things that we talk about when we talk about rowing or erging, which we're going to talk about in a minute, is we say it's second only to cross-country skiing in terms of the hardest, you know, endurance activity in terms of what that 2,000 meter test, because of the way you're deploying so many muscles at one time in the body, and it
looks like so much work and so much.
I'm a big fan of gravity. I just you know, I mean, let's use that when we can.
Well, you are Mr. Anti-Gravity as a gymnastic expert. All right, so the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience. Mike, I'll throw this your way first. How does RIVERSPORT Adventures tie into this event this weekend?
Well, we're one part. Bart has put together a fantastic event over the years, and we've been a part of it since the beginning, when we had this idea about really trying to continue to emphasize that health and wellness culture in Oklahoma City and in our world. And the way we do that is we're going to have an indoor rowing event that will occur, that we do every year. People, you know, it is. If you've never seen this, it is very fun to watch. I mean, it's very spectator friendly.
It's intense.
It's very intense. You get all these machines lined up, and the athletes compete against one another. They see their boat on the screen, but you're real close to them, so you can see how hard and how intense they have to. This competition is, and so. But we'll have everything from the kayak ergs and the rowing machines, and do 2 different types of events, and then we have the everything from 8-year-olds to corporate teams and high-performance athletes and college athletes, so it'll be fun. Yeah.
Bart, I'll let you set it up for us, but I remember running into you last year at the event, and you're just, hey, Dave, what's going on? And you take the time to spend the time and shake hands and talk with all sorts of people. But you're a busy guy for 3 days out there running a major event.
You know, but we're so proud. I mean, we can't. Mike and I were just talking. We don't remember actually how many years we've been doing this, but it's probably 9 years. And of course, you know, right from the get-go, our strategic partner was the Boathouse Foundation, because of all the incredible work they've done along the river to get people excited about health and wellness and fitness. And of course, the Oklahoman has been a partner for so long. But as you can see with this B-roll, the whole point is kids come down, try something maybe new for the first time. You know, there's a rowing ergometer. I guarantee you that lady hasn't tried that before, right? But she comes down, she kicks some soccer balls, and you can see we have, you know, all the partnerships from all the major sports entities here in the community, whether it's the Thunder, the Energy, USA Softball, the Dodgers, the Boathouse Foundation. And the whole point is use it as a catalyst to get kids and families thinking. It's February, it's cold.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Memorial Marathon in May. You know, we haven't done a lot since the fall. Let's get out, let's get going, let's do something fun. And who knows, they might find out that, hey, I want to try rowing. And then they find out that Mike's offering a whole bunch of programs this summer, and it might just be the catalyst to get a family or a kid involved in one of these terrific youth sports.
It's at the Cox Convention Center, February 16th through the 18th. That means Friday through Sunday. And as Bart mentioned, it is a good chance to see about the various opportunities you can find down at the Boathouse District with the RIVERSPORT Adventures. Specifically, the B-roll we were looking at there is from Saturday, and I'll let you tell us more about that, the Free Family Fun Festival.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to tell the public about, is from 9 to 3 on Saturday,
Okay.
this coming Saturday. Come on down and just try all this stuff for fun. It's free, it's fun for the family, and you'll have a
Kid is
blast.
so strong.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and so, you know, like the U.S. Tennis Association, does, you know, they help us with this fantastic little clinic to run. We do gymnastics. Everybody's there, just sort of, picture it like a sports carnival where you, oh, let's try some gymnastics, let's try an erg, let's try softball, let's try soccer. And so we're grateful for our partnerships. The Thunder's going to be there, of course, and that's always fun. And so that's the big free family fitness and fun event that's open to the public. Now, there's a couple of ticketed events, and one is the Runderground. Now, there's a lot of runners in this community, always looking for something novel. And when our partnership started several years ago, it was the idea of one of our partners at the Boathouse Foundation to create a 5K run underneath the city through the concourse tunnels. So it's called the Runderground.
Perfect name.
And you can go to our website, Bart and Nadia Sports Experience, and you can go to find the registration link there and participate in it. It's just, you know, it's a novelty. It's not exactly an elite running event because it's, let's face it, it's through the concourse tunnels, but it's something fun to do. And you know, in February, you don't know whether it's going to be 7 degrees or 70, and in fact, it's usually both.
You're right.
So you never know what you're going to get, but it's just kind of a novel way to stay engaged and do something fun with the family on the weekend.
Of course, the big sports experience, a big sporting event on Friday night. OU Gymnastics tops as always.
Oh, yeah.
Big meet coming up against Nebraska.
That's right. The OU women are the #1 team in the country. I cover them all over the country as a commentator, and they are the real deal. You know, 3 of the last 4 years, the OU women gymnasts have won the national championship, and of course the men have dominated for a long time. But we're really trying to shine a big focus on the women's program. They'll take on Nebraska in the Cox Arena on Friday night. That's a ticketed event. It's $15 at the door. Kids 2 and under come in for free. But that is an event where I'm really hoping that people in this community will really embrace these women gymnasts. They're amazing. They are literally winning more national championships than all the other sports down there at OU. The gymnastics team is representing themselves well. And so I want to make sure, you know, if people are, you know, fans of excellence, they need to come cheer on these Oklahoma women gymnasts because they're just as good as it gets.
All right, so OU versus Nebraska Friday night again. Ticketed events, $15. That's a great deal. 6:45 Cox Convention Center. What is the state of women's gymnastics right now? And that's a two-pronged question. There's a lot of we hear the abuse stories, but then you, as a broadcaster, I'll let you tell us what you're doing. You travel, you see growth in the sport.
Well, it's certainly in the women's collegiate gymnastics, the growth is just astronomical. You know, we're seeing all these sellout arenas. I cover gymnastics for ESPN and the SEC network, and so, you know, I'm at LSU, there's 13,000. We were at UCLA the other day. Oklahoma beat UCLA out there, 10,000 people in the stands. Alabama, Utah are filling their stands. So there's a great amount of growth in women's collegiate gymnastics. And the great thing about it for us locally, as the best darn team in the whole country is OU. And they, unfortunately, get some of the weakest crowds because they don't necessarily have any built-in rivals. We don't have an OSU with a team. We don't have any Texas teams yet. The SEC, Pac-12, Big Ten are really the sort of the crux of what's happening in collegiate gymnastics. But I really hope that the community here will embrace these women gymnasts, because if you're a fan of excellence, this is as good as it gets. The OU women gymnasts on Friday night will take on Nebraska, and they are just dominating nationally. And you know, OU likes winners, and they're bringing in plenty of national championships for the athletic department down there. How's
it looking for the men and women this year for the Sooners?
Well, so good. I mean, on both levels. I saw the OU men the other night, and they're just ridiculously good. And, you know, Joe Castiglione, to his credit, has really supported them extremely well. They have an outstanding facility. The coaches are well paid and compensated. The scholarship program is all in place. So they are very much behind gymnastics, and it's proving it because the OU program, they deserve the #1 rankings that they have.
Bart and Nadia Sports Experience coming up Friday through Sunday at the Cox Convention Center, the Free Family Fun Fitness Day on Saturday. OU versus Nebraska Friday night, 6:45. And Mike will certainly have his people out there with RIVERSPORT. You can learn more about the opportunities, including camps at RIVERSPORT. And St. Patrick's Day is when you open the doors back up.
Great day to open, yes. Right? You know, we've thought about turning the water green, but it may not be what we do this year. But still, it's a great day to come out and go rafting and have some adventure. A great way to start the spring. And so we're looking forward to that and have a lot of events and fun in store for this year.
You know, we're talking about the Olympics off the top of this segment. You have some Olympic-type ideas of different ways to use the various things that you have out there at the Boathouse District, from the pump track to boater cross. Boater cross,
yes. Well, you know, it's with rowing and what we've done with sprint kayaking, there's not a lot of extreme elements in that. So with the Whitewater Center and the pump track, we have some opportunities to bring in that extreme element like we get to see in the Olympics right now. And if you watch snowboarding and snowboard cross, there's some parallels to what we're going to get to do this May at our Whitewater Festival. We're going to have boater cross, and what it means is we are going to
just
actually...
hearing Mr. Voice, Sunday,
yeah,
Sunday,
yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe we can ask you to do that. Yeah,
I think you just got a job.
Yeah. We'll have on our new bridge that we have on the east side of the course. We're building a ramp. We'll have 4 boats drop in from that bridge into the water at one time, and they literally fight their way down to the finish line.
Full contact boating, right?
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. So mark your calendars. You don't want to miss that. And that same weekend, we're going to have a World Championship qualifier on the pump track there's a new pump track world championship, and that'll be a lot of fun to watch as well. So it'll be an action-packed weekend at the river. So
good stuff. So again, March 17th is when things kick back open for the spring season down at the Boathouse District. You can find out more about that this weekend by going to the Cox Convention Center. Catch up with both of these gentlemen there at the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience. Have to ask you, how is Nadia? How is Dylan?
We're great. Thank you for asking.
Sure.
Yes, our son's 11 years old and into all kinds of sports. And yeah, I think that's the goal as a parent, is just try to get him engaged in health and wellness and fitness. And so we're doing fabulously well, and our gym is going well. We'll have 2,000 kids competing in gymnastics this weekend going on. We didn't even mention that because most of that youth sports component, you know, most of the fans who come to see that are the clubs and the coaches and the families of those kids who are coaching them. So we're focusing mostly on the events that are open to the public. But yeah, it's going extremely well. Thank you.
Very good. You guys were at the Golden Globes, is that right?
Yeah, we do a little bit.
How was that?
I'm just the escort for my beautiful wife. So she gets the invitation, and I grab a tux and we go. That's all I got, man.
Most humble guy, right?
Yeah.
Bart, Mike, great to see you guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dave.